A mission executive once wrote to David Livingston out in Africa, asking if there was a good road to his remote little outpost. And he wrote, if so, we have a couple of men who would like to come and help. Dr. Livingston wrote back, if they need a good road, don't send them. I need men to help who can come, road or no road. Commitment. That's what we need to talk about today. Commitment is no casual enterprise. It's full-time. It's about our willingness to place everything else on a back burner. And that's a pretty major challenge. But it's a very clear message that Jesus paints in this 14th chapter of Luke. Half-hearted, half-baked, that won't do. It's an all-or-nothing deal. Jesus felt it necessary to spell out all of his expectations of commitment because the crowds that were following were, at this time, mostly your bandwagon type people. You know the type. Yeah, sure, you're a Red Sox fan now because they're in first place. Where were you last year? In the Gospel of Luke, the crowds started as thousands, dwindled to a mere handful. Why? Well, because Jesus isn't concerned with his popularity. It's commitment, not crowds. And so Jesus begins to speak about this cost of discipleship. You need to give up all your possessions. And we can just picture the crowds, just like in a cartoon. Where did they go? Well, the issue really isn't about possessions. It's about commitment. Just how ready are you to see this thing through? Jesus illustrates his message by presenting a couple of scenarios. Who, intending to build the tower, doesn't sit down first and figure out how much this is going to cost? Otherwise, when the foundation is laid, and you got no money left to finish, everyone who sees it makes fun of you. Or a king going out to wage war doesn't sit down first and consider whether or not he can win. So it is with Jesus. Being a disciple is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who run at the first sign of trouble. All of that is all fine and good and dandy. That's what's written, and that's what Jesus says. Good. That's not how I feel sometimes. Life is hard. Sometimes I want to run away. Sometimes I feel like this is just too hard. I didn't sign up for this. And honestly, if any of us had actually sat down and thought about how it would be to raise kids, or to stay married, or to just be a good person, would any of us still be here? Sorry, Jesus. I'm done with all this commitment talk. I've done plenty. I need a break. I need something to go my way for a change. And so, I'm going to the mall. Or I'm going fishing. But that doesn't help. Giving up, even for an hour or two, it's like a tiny little cut. It hurts, and it could lead to infection. Our commitment and our devotion needs to stay strong. A long time ago, when NASA launched the Hubble telescope, $4 billion. The crowning glory of this thing was this main mirror, an absolute marvel of micro-engineering. There was a problem. When the scientists went to use this mirror, it wouldn't focus. It was because of a tiny, tiny error in how that mirror was ground down. It took 4 years and $600 million to fix the problem. To many of us, our little compromises, our little vacations from our commitment and from our responsibilities, they seem small and insignificant. But even the smallest of compromises can seriously impair the goodness of God's love. And Jesus is making it very clear that that's just unacceptable. And for that, I ask for forgiveness and for strength. Amen.